cactus, you guys. Your girl was getting ready to be out here stranded on these streets trying to go get some plants, honey.
I go and I'm out and I expect first class treatment because yes. Wait a minute, where's my scarf? I can't find it. Oh, well, we must go on without it. But Taylor Owens, do you guys know who that is? Known as the Christmas cactus or the Thanksgiving cactus or the Easter cactus. Oftentimes you'll see these cactus in the store around this time and they're advertised as Christmas cactus, but really in all actuality they're not really Christmas cactus, they're actually Thanksgiving cactus. And the way that you can tell which type of cactus you have is by looking at your leaves. Thanksgiving cactus is going to have more claws. They look kind of like almost like a flattened out spider with the rivets that they have on them. That's how I easily identify them. Oftentimes you can have your Thanksgiving cactus bloom until you are into Christmas. Your Christmas cactus, you're going to be able to identify them because they're more smooth. When you look at the leaves cascade more than this Thanksgiving cactus here. And then your Easter cactus, yes, is also an Easter cactus. Easter cactus is going to have more of a round shape to the leaves here. The reason why you see more Thanksgiving cactus instead of a lot of Christmas cactus is because the Christmas cactus, they're very rare to find. You can find them. Some nurseries will actually carry them, but the one that you're going to see in mass production is going to be your Thanksgiving cactus. I just typically just call them Christmas cactus, but right here, this actually is a Thanksgiving cactus. It was kind of funny because when we were at the garden center and I picked this up a while ago and I said, oh, I see you have Thanksgiving cactus, and they was like, no, it's a Christmas cactus. I said, no, if you look at the leaves, this is actually a Thanksgiving cactus. And the owner came out and was like, this lady knows her plants. And I was like, garden queen. Got my stuff checked out of there and headed on home. I'm going to be planting up a beautiful trio of plants here. And there is one place in particular that around the holidays, they like to carry a big variety of colors. They don't necessarily just focus on the whites, the greens. They also continue to bring in a lot of the pink plants that you'll see that people like to use if you're not decorating for the holidays, because even though this beautiful poinsettia here is beautiful, it's gorgeous, but I like to switch up what I have around my house throughout the season because that way it elevates the look. It gives you something different to look at. And the reason being is when springtime comes, I don't have that bad of spring fever. Even though I have or cabin fever, even though I have spring fever going on and I'm excited, I'm very much inspired, I'm ready to get out there in the garden and plant some beautiful containers. If I were locked up in my house all of the winter and I'm not getting my hands in soil, I'm not planting up different arrangements and things. So for years, I've always come in, I've always changed out different arrangements and things like that. And I've been taking you guys along this journey as I've been doing that. So I want to plant up a beautiful trio of pink plants, and I think the only place that I'll be able to go in and not have to hop from store to store to find what I'm looking for is none other than Sherwood's Forest Nursery. So let's go ahead, let's head out there, let's pop out there, get some plants, and see what we come back with.
All right, you guys, so we made a quick pit stop at the Cadillac dealership because, you guys, your girl was getting ready to be out here stranded on these streets trying to go get some plants, honey. Trying to go and get some plants. So quick pit stop. They just had to replace my battery, and while I was there, I went ahead and I got my tires rotated, and that's about it. So they replaced the battery, so now we can go stop at Sherwood's Forest, right around the corner from the Cadillac dealership. So why not? Almost worked out perfectly, I say.
Talk about an adventure, you guys. Talk about an adventure. OMG. I'm in the parking lot. Make a quick run before I go to the garden center. Went to start my car up. It would not start. Luckily, I had my husband's jumper cables inside of my car. It kept saying something about the battery. So I'm like, okay. So I get out, pop the hood, look up underneath there, flip the stuff up, give myself a jump, drove right to the dealership. Went ahead, they changed my battery out. It was under warranty. Woo, honey, when I tell you. Plants, and you guys, I got some good stuff. I got some good stuff. So, okay, you know what? Let's talk about what all we got. So I picked up some soil. Now, if you are in the St. Louis region and you're needing like specialty soils, so for example, okay, full disclosure, let's say if I'm doing an arrangement and I'm using a plant not the correct way that the plant is supposed to be. So I do that sometimes. I break the rules. I break the rules inside my house in containers. I break the rules and arrangements, the whole 9 yards. So for example, I have taken African violets and planted them up with hydrangeas, but we know that those two really shouldn't be planted up together, right? Because you have one that likes to be watered. They don't like they don't like wet, boggy feet. And then you think about hydrangea, water. You see what I'm saying? Two of them don't really mix. But if I'm looking for that texture, that color, to take the arrangement over the top to give me what I'm looking for, then I will sacrifice the African violet. Live a little bit on the wild side. Put the arrangement together, and then I'll come back and I'll break it down, and then hopefully I won't end up, the African violet won't suffer too much. Sometimes they make it, sometimes they don't. All right, so I had to pick up some specialty soil from out there. So I got some orchid mixed soil, and then I got the African violet mix as well. Also went ahead and I got some African violet fertilizer. I love it because literally, you guys, I think, what was it, last year it was this year, we went on a hellebore hunt. That's one of the things that I do every single year without fail, is I look for them hellebores, baby, because I love hellebores. Okay, so I took you guys along with me and I showed you guys how he just had all this soil outside. It was literally wrapped up, ready to go. And a lot of the times my friends will call me, my family will call me like, hey, I'm planting this up. Let me know when you're going to Sherwood Forest because I need you to pick up this type of soil. Baby, you need to go. You need to go yourself. You know how I am. I have a big heart. I'm very giving. But a lot of times they'll come over here and they'll ask me like, hey, do you think he has his soil? Of course he does. In the nursery in general, you guys, if you haven't been there, you have to go. But let's get into these plants. Woo, baby. Hold on. Wait. Okay. Now, I told you guys that if you are bringing home your poinsettias, you want to make sure your poinsettia is wrapped. Now, a lot of times your poinsettia have that foil on the bottom of it. Okay, we don't have that, but you guys see that it's wrapped. Look at this. Look at this color. Can y'all see that color? Ooh, baby, when I tell you my office, I'm going to be able to get a lot of work done because Honey, when you coming in the door with plants like this, what can't you get done? What can't you get done? Okay, so look at this beautiful cyclamen. This is so gorgeous. Now, I could plant this up right here. I could, but I have to have restraint because I needed a white cyclamen for another project that we're doing. Okay. Spoiler alert. I don't really like to drop too many things because, okay, so if you want to start a YouTube channel that's based off gardening, if all of your friends and your family is telling you like, hey, you're very creative, I haven't really seen anybody doing things like you do before, you always do something different, you're not following the crowd, and they're encouraging you to start a YouTube channel, let me tell you something. Be prepared. Like the song say, be prepared. Lion King back in the day, honey. YouTube is a business. For me right now, my business is not making any money. So you know how they say when you start off a new business that for so many years you're going to end up in the red. That's how I feel about my YouTube channel. But it's okay because I'm typically showing you guys what I would normally do throughout my life anyways, so I bring you guys along with me on the journey. But everyone is saying, hey, we want more content. We don't want to just see a video once or twice or 3 times out of the month. You guys are calling for more content, and I appreciate that. And then that's why I always say, please let me know your comments, good or bad, because that way it helps me know what I need to do in order to improve my channel. And not only that, it also lets me know what I'm doing good too. So when you open yourself up and invite other people into your life, meaning that I've opened my life up, I'm inviting you guys in, you guys are on this journey with me. Even though my content is focused on gardening, we still touch on a lot of things when it comes to personal life. Like you guys were along the journey with me last year when Penelope, the supervisor of the channel, she had to have a mass removed. We found out it was non-cancerous. Share with you guys about my son that's in the military, his wife, and just different things like that. But we actually just reached 1 million views, you guys. Like, I cannot believe it, because I still have some videos that have like 200 views, 300 views. I remember when I would put a video up, and this is just, you know, as an encouraging word, if you are watching me and you are a content creator, whether it be you're a content creator for gardening, for finance, for homeschooling, for interior decorating, whatever it is, a family of 5. Right, so I already know that the 5 of them supported me and watched that. So if I got 28 views, who is the other 23 people? I know I have 5 people that support me. So then you go ahead, you say, okay, I got 28 views. I know the 5 people that's in my team, they watched it. You see what I'm saying? Okay, your best friend may have and may have not clicked on it. And your neighbor, I know I got a diehard neighbor that literally anything she asks me for is done because they support me. So I know they watched it. You see what I'm saying? So now to be saying that 1 million views, 1 million views, you guys, when I tell you I'm so overjoyed because I never thought that little old me, which I know I have a huge personality. I already know that. When I go somewhere, you know, my personality speaks for itself. You see what I'm saying? So to see that I have 1 million views, that people took time out of their day 1 million times to watch me, it just lifts my spirit. And I like to call it my team because you guys are with me on the road, on the journey with me. A lot of you all have been encouraging me to start channel memberships. A lot of you all have been encouraging me to start a Patreon, and that way it will support the channel, because right now your girl is using her own coins to keep the channel going. With that being said, let me know down in the comment box how you guys feel about that. How do you guys feel? You know, let me know, because I love to hear, you know, where your mindset is. And at first, when they were talking about like start channel memberships, I was like, maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't. But the one thing about it, if we did have a channel membership over here on Garden Queen, then it would give us the opportunity to actually have like master classes. So what we would do is I would just basically teach you guys or show you guys, you know, different tips and tricks versus putting my tips and tricks out there to the masses, because, you know, at the end of the day, this is my hobby and I love to garden. And I know I say this all the time. I love to garden and I definitely love containers, you know, but for some things if I'm going to be offering channel memberships, if I'm going to be doing the Patreon thing, and more than likely it'll be channel memberships versus the Patreon. I'm not really decided yet. I don't know yet. I'm still looking at it. I'm still doing the research behind it to see what all it entails. But if I do have channel memberships, it's a lot of people that offer channel memberships and they don't even put out any content that's separate from I'm gonna have to call Nana back. Love you, Nana. Nana be supporting. I love you, Nana. But okay, so if I do offer channel memberships, then I will definitely have to do a different type of content, because I see, this is one thing that I see with the channel memberships. There are a lot of creators that have channel memberships that do not put out separate content. So for me, if I'm doing channel memberships, then my members gotta be first class. I go and I'm out and I expect first class treatment because yes. Wait a minute, where's my scarf? I can't find it. Oh, well, we must go on without it, but I expect the first class treatment. So if I am going to be offering channel memberships, then my channel memberships is what's going to take the forefront. Not my, you know, my typical content that I put out. Yes, I will continue to put out content, but for channel memberships, I feel like if people are devoting a certain amount of money towards you, I feel like they got to get something more. They got to get something more. It can't just be the same thing that everybody else is getting. It literally has to be something more than what everybody else is getting. But let's get back into these plants. Let me know how y'all feel about channel memberships. And I will also say, to close it out, if you guys are going to start a gardening YouTube channel, just remember to be encouraged. This brings me to another point. Taylor Owens. Do you guys know who that is? Do anybody know who Taylor Owens is? Well, I'm looking, I put out a video, winter gardening, right? I'm looking at the video. Okay, everybody was enjoying it. I'm being me, my crazy self. I'm coming in, I'm dancing, I'm doing like I normally do. So the video comes out, and then like a few days later, I get the most sweetest comment from a young lady. Actually, hold on, let me go find my phone because I want to read it verbatim. Okay, I had to close the blinds because that light was getting to me. Okay, so Karen Ridgway, love your channel. I found you through Taylor Owens' podcast. I am in Northwest Arkansas. I love Arkansas. And my dad has a magnolia tree that will be perfect to add to a potted arrangement, as I don't have any window boxes. I figure if things will grow in your area, they should be okay here too. Thank you for your content. And she was absolutely right. So I get on the internet, baby. Get on the internet and I Google Taylor Owens, right? Honey, so I'm watching the video. I'm like, oh, okay. So very beautiful young lady from Baltimore. She started talking about the two things she loves. So she gives a shout out to one of her favorite products, and the other shout out was to me. And I lost it. Do you hear me? I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. When I tell you that made my week, my month, and my year, because it was just so amazing. And then she spoke about that she could see the hard work that I was putting into my videos. And for me, Taylor Owens, like I'm talking directly to you, Taylor. To Taylor, I want to say thank you, because from one creator to another, it takes a lot of hard work to put together these videos. And you also, Taylor, you also have some absolutely amazing content. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed your apartment tour that you did. And honey, that sofa, your sectional, I need that. It is absolutely gorgeous, honey. The color and everything is absolutely amazing. I literally binge watch your content, Taylor Owens. It was amazing. And I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. I definitely appreciate you. You are so amazing. And that just makes me smile. And then the other day, I was out antiquing, because you guys, if I have some time out and I'm in a certain area, I'll run into a store and just see what they have or whatever. And especially now, because I'm in the middle of redoing my design studio, I'm like, let me run in. And then I also have been looking for a table. So anytime I see any type of sale or anything, I go in there and I'm walking, minding my business, and somebody say, Garden Queen. I turn around and she was like, hey. So we had a conversation, and she showed me her yard, her garden, and she told me how much I had inspired her. You guys, when I tell you again, that made my day, my week, my month, and my year, because it lets me know that what I'm doing, I'm on the right track, because that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to inspire. And you guys, I could remember, like, she was telling me she had a problem with deer. Not to indulge too much, but she was telling me about her deer problems. But you guys, the area that she lives in, when I tell you deer, you definitely gonna have deer where she stays at. It is gorgeous. And her garden is absolutely 100% gorgeous. So shout out to you, my dear. I didn't ask if I could, you know, share your name, but I want to thank you, because you have been with me from the beginning. Again, when I might put a video out and I got hardly any views, so thank you. But you guys, this is, you know, it's what I started my channel for, because I knew that it was people out there that were like me, that had a small suburban or urban lot and wanted to know, okay, how do I do this? How do I do that? So I was like, okay, I'm gonna start it. I'm gonna start my YouTube channel. It's definitely been a learning curve. And you know what, while I'm talking, we might as well get into these plants. We're going to be using these beautiful cream terracotta pots, baby. When I tell you that if you do not have some cream terracotta, you better get you some. Now, this white Cyclamen, absolutely 100% gorgeous. The Cyclamen is gorgeous, but we're going to be using this in a different video. Spoiler alert. So I ain't gonna go into that, but let me set this off to the side. Okay, so we got that sitting over there because I'm gonna have to make some room. So when I'm working with my containers inside of my home, so I have a potting tub, and then we're going to set this off to the side because we don't need it again for this arrangement that we're doing right now. And then the same with the fertilizer, the plant food, you guys. And oh my God, you guys, African violets are so gorgeous. Matter of fact, hold on, let me go grab one. Can you guys see that? Okay, this African violet here is absolutely 100% gorgeous. It does have some bruising on the leaf here. Can you guys see that? Okay, so the bruising on the leaf came from when I was out of town. And I'll set this off to the side. Which, technically, I wanted to do a trio of pink containers. And technically, I could have done it really with the plants that I had right here. But Sherwood Forest, his name is Dave. He posts on his account all the time. He'll show you what inventory that he has going on, right? Clear some space out. I am not going to plant up this African violet right now. I'll do that a little bit later. I like to carry this from room to room. Now, if you're going to be doing indoor arrangements, if you want to start to get into indoor arrangements, it's also good to get a planting tub like this. Order online, you can find this on Amazon as a potting tub. Very, very helpful. I also use this with my seed starting as well. I actually had one, it ended up getting a crack in the bottom of it, but you guys, I had it for so long, and what happened was I put something in here that was too heavy for it, and it broke through. This was a different brand. This brand right here is Garland, so it's absolutely perfect, you guys. I also have some cactus mix. I probably won't need it because the size of my plant here, but let me grab that. All right, so here's my cactus mix. Now, I like to use cactus mix, citrus mix, same thing, same formula. Use that with my Christmas cactus because that way I make sure my Christmas cactus is basically a Thanksgiving cactus is in well-draining soil. I might not have to use it, but just in case I need it, it's right here. All right, so let's get started. The Christmas cactus here, I'm going to see if I actually need any soil. Nope, perfect fit. So I got my terracotta pot. I also have my saucer, so I'll set that off to the side, and then we'll get in close and we'll take a look at them. All right, now in this tall pot, I'm not going to go in with my poinsettia. That's so cliche. But the tallest plant in the tallest pot, no. So I'm going to come in with my cyclamen here. And this cyclamen is absolutely 100% loaded with blooms. So I see I'm a little bit wider here, so I can do one or two things. Alright, so this is the part where the potting bench like really comes in handy. You just come in and just add a little bit of soil. Make sure everything is nicely tucked in. Alright, so I have my poinsettia. So this is the collection that's going to sit on top of my desk. Now I do have a piece of a poinsettia that came off here. You guys, poinsettia is very easy to propagate, and actually One of the things that attracted me to doing this collection is because I have a lot of floral work that's going to be coming up, and they're going to be in shades of pink. So when I'm taking my Zoom calls, I would love to have pink in the background. It's going to be perfect for my office. The reasons why I keep a lot of poinsettia in my home throughout the Christmas season and when poinsettia are in bloom, because I use poinsettias in my arrangements. And I take them directly from my potted plants that I have here. Poinsettia is very easy to use in an arrangement. The only thing you have to do is when you make your cutting, you want to go ahead, you want to clip it off, and you want to singe the end, and you go ahead and you put it in some water, leave it out, because you want to make sure you keep your poinsettias between 50 to 70 degrees, but definitely no more than 50 degrees Fahrenheit. What you do is, if you have to put your arrangement, your floral arrangement, like in a cooler or anything like that, don't put the poinsettia in there. Wait till you get ready to bring it out to present it, or let's say if you have guests coming over, so you have your arrangement like cooling somewhere, whatever. You're not ready to put it out, so you put your floral arrangement in a cooler place. What you do with the poinsettia is you take it, you singe it off, just like I said earlier, put it in some warm water. When it's time to add your poinsettia to the arrangement, pull it out, stick it right in there. So you guys, I'm telling you, the possibilities are endless with flowers. So I went in and I added a zip tie, because as I was looking, it had started to droop. Plant came with a support, so I went ahead, I took the support out, because you can see it, because I changed pots. And that's one of the things you guys have to look at. If you're going to be repotting your larger plants, look inside to see if it comes with a support. If it comes with the support, be prepared to add support to it. Now, I could have came in and added like sticks and stakes, but I like to do, you know, just keep it real different. So everything looks good. Here's our collection, and then I'll get in close now. Let me clean up this cactus really quick. Cyclamen will not like a hot room. Your poinsettia will not like a cool room. The Christmas cactus or Thanksgiving cactus, you're going to keep it in bloom longer by placing it in indirect light and keeping it in a cool environment. Christmas cactus is one of those plants that you can keep for a very long time. Same with the poinsettia, and the same thing with the cyclamen. So what you want to focus on with all three of these plants, cyclamen, once the cyclamen starts to die down, dig up the tuber, and you want to just store it into a bag, into a cool, dry place. Keep it dry, then you bring it out in the fall, you know, late summer, early fall, put some water on it, sunlight. Your poinsettia goes through a different cycle. It will start to defoliate, and that's when you want to go ahead and just hack it by half. Christmas cactus, what you want to do is, when you want to bring your Christmas cactus back into bloom, you just provide it with darkness from 5 p.m. Take it off at 8 a.m. However, one thing that you can do that's really neat with the Christmas cactus is you can actually take your Christmas cactus, you can actually set your Christmas cactus outside for about 2 weeks. Let that cool period hit it, and that will tell it, hey, it's time to get ready to start blooming. Bring it inside, and then you want to use your dark treatment. So basically you want to give it a dark treatment from 5 p.m. to 8 a.m. Drop down in the comment box. Let me know what you think about this beautiful collection here. If you look at the foliage on all three of these, you're seeing something different. So the poinsettia has the deep green foliage, but then you see the pink at the top. Then you look at your cyclamen. Your cyclamen, I love it because it has the variation and the leaves. The shape, the form of it is very stout. I just love it. And then you have these blooms up top. Now, the cyclamen will continue to bloom. It's going to be blooming. But the Christmas cactus will also bloom as well. And the blooms are very beautiful. I love the blooms because you look at it and you're like, okay, is it white? But then you also see these hints of fuchsia coming through and the pale blush pink. So amazing. And then the texture in the Christmas cactus, it makes you actually pay respect to every single plant here. I love it, and that's what I look for when I do collections of plants. Now, if I wanted to come in and continue to add to my collection, an African violet here. There's so many different options that you can do. I love to do collections like this. I love the fact how even though I place the poinsettia in the smaller container here, it still is giving me my height. So I have my tier sections that I love to use in my container collections. You guys, this is going to look gorgeous in my office, and I can't wait to get it in there. Let me know, are you planting up any Christmas cactus? Are you using poinsettias? And also I want to know, have you got your hands on some cyclamen yet on any 3 of these plants? Let me know. Have you got your hands on them for the season? I can't wait to hear you all's comments down in the comment section. Don't forget to click like and subscribe because it helps push this video in the algorithm, you guys. It helps get it out to more viewers. Take your favorite part of the video, hit the clip part, share it to your favorite social media platform, and invite your friends and family back over here to Garden Queen. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for hanging out with me, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.